This is just horrible. I don't know what I'm looking at. So I'm gonna put it northeastern, right? Holy 5K! Good morning, Kanye West. I'm starting a new series on my channel. I hope we are all stoked because this is gonna be an interesting one. I'm starting the study series, which is essentially what I did with my turkey video, if anyone remembers that. Probably not. But basically, because it was Thanksgiving, I decided to study pretty extensively the country of Turkey. Basically, I just went through Turkish Plonket and I learned very specific turkey metas. Instead of just doing that as a one-off for Thanksgiving, I've decided to make the study series, which is when I study a series of countries and I can hopefully learn a little more while I have this channel, because all my friends are better than me and it makes me really insecure. So without further ado, today's country of the day is Sri Lanka. The first thing we're gonna do today is learn how to pronounce it, because I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong.
Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka. Okay, perfect. We're gonna study some Sri Lanka because I don't know a lot of Sri Lanka. I go Cambodia almost every single time I get this country. So without further ado, let's learn some provinces and regions. The first thing I'm noticing is that they have yellow back plates and white front plates, which I'm pretty sure is the same in like Senegal. So it's good to know now for an East Asian country. Okay, French flag on the Google car? Wait, okay, did not notice at all. In a lot of Gen 3 coverage, you are going to be able to see a blue, white, and red blur car. That's helpful. And it's also usually a low cam. Okay, that's also helpful. This is what I need. Okay, I always think Sri Lankan is Cambodian, and so it's not. It's Sinhala and Tamil, which you can see in English written on a Latin script, but more often than not, you're probably gonna see this alphabet, taking it in. And then a Sri Lankan pole is essentially a ladder pole on the lower half and dots on the upper half. Okay, this is actually interesting. I know I've seen these in Thailand before, but I don't think I've seen those, the ladder slash dot holes, in Thailand. So, oh my god, literally, the square poles with small pinholes can look very similar to Thailand. However, in Thailand, the pinholes extend all the way to the bottom. And then I guess in this one, they don't. They stop at the upper half. Okay, we're learning! I'm so here for this. And then this is just a Sri Lankan pole. I don't think this exists anywhere else with the dots at the top and the holes in the bottom. Perfect. These short white stone bollards are Sri Lankan. These tall white concrete waystones are Sri Lankan. Black and white zebra stripe bus signs are Sri Lankan. No inner lines and white outer lines are Sri Lankan. Interesting to me that a lot of the country is this vegetative, although it makes me wonder what... I want to scroll to some, like, region guessing. What is a tuk-tuk? Wait, what? A tuk-tuk is commonly found in Sri Lanka as a bulky shape and a black roof. Okay, I've never seen this before in my life, but this is helpful. Okay, regional and province-specific clues. Interesting. Personally, memorizing every single area code in this country would be egregious. Like, I couldn't do that personally. That's like too many numbers. But what I can do is memorize the first number. If you can see, it goes in order. It goes 2, and then as you go south, 3, 4, and then it loops back around to 5 and 6. So if you remember that counterclockwise, the area codes go from 2 to 6 in Sri Lanka with like an 8 in the middle. I can remember that 2 through 6 is a counterclockwise circle throughout the country. So if I get a phone code that starts with like a 3, I know I can put it in Western and it would probably be right. And then this is a topographical map in case we spawn in some kind of mountain range or in case we spawn somewhere a little drier. I suppose it would be on the outer skirts. Okay, so if we're wet, we go southwest, and if we're dry, we go northeast. Without further ado, I actually have played this map just a little bit to prepare, and I got 11,000, which honestly, not egregious, but I'm wondering if for this, we can beat our own score. So without further ado, oh, we've got the French flag meta. I want to know if this is regional. Are there certain roads in Sri Lanka that have this car? Wait, actually, most Gen 3 coverage... it doesn't say where. Okay, never mind. We don't know where exactly in the country it would be, but as you can see, we've got the ladder slash Thailand mix merger, and this is looking... The leaves look wet, but the ground looks dry, which makes me want to put it kind of on the northern side. Okay, that I think counts as the northern half of Sri Lanka, so I will take that as a W. This... It's the Tut-Tuts! In the wild! What? This is crazy! It's like the Sri Lankan Times Square. Wait, I love it. Oh my god. This is so... I'm so happy. Okay, this is pretty dry too, I think. But I can also see some mountains in the distance, so it's probably going to be like closer to the mountains than not. Oh, it was even closer to the mountains. It was a little more south, but okay, 1,843 miles. I would take that. This one, we've got the poles. Okay, these poles really are everywhere in Sri Lanka. And then tut-tuts again. Oh my god, there's two. We've also got the back plates that are yellow. Wait, yo, Sri Lanka's kind of easy. This is like, it's not that nowhere looks like this. Like, even just in the still, I can see the ladder/dot hole pole meta. I can see two tut-tuts, not one but two. I can see the zebra sign for the buses that we saw on Plonket earlier. Like, and we've got some script here. You could think it's Cambodian, but once you see the other, like, 4 things, like, you should not go Cambodia here. I'm gonna put it a little more central in the city. Like, I 5K'd. What do you mean? Like, okay, that's crazy. Next round. We got the French car again. Oh, I don't really remember. No, wait, yes, I do. It was central. Okay, this one was a little more to the west. I should have looked at the terrain. I kind of got excited when I saw the French car. This one, wait, this is a harder one, but you can see we have one of the tie poles, but the dots don't go all the way down. They stop like a third towards the top. Combined with the script that we have over here, you should still be able to get Sri Lanka on this, even though we don't have a car meta or anything else. So this one I'm going to go a little more north, I think. Okay, it was a little more west, but I will take that. And a 10K for our first round. This was crazy. Getting the city was actually diabolical, but okay, this isn't like, I don't know if you remembered my first round on the Turkey map, but that was so horrible. Like, I could not get down region guessing to save my life, so we're already a much better start. This is looking more jungly for sure. We've got the dots on the posts that stop in the top. We've got a very jungly climate, so this is going to be like southern Sri Lanka probably. Okay, a lot of coverage in the west I'm noticing. Maybe I'll just kind of lean more west when I start guessing. We've got the French car again, which is going to be like west north. Oh, okay, this might be our first bad guess. This was the complete other side of the country. Okay, so that car is everywhere is what I'm learning, right? That car's going to be just like the French car you'll see anywhere in the country. Okay, that's good to know. This is looking very much like the south. No, this is looking very much like the northeast because the jungle was southwest. So we're going to put it like up here. A little more south, but the right idea. This, I wonder what country we're in. Like, okay, I'm starting to see the vision of Sri Lanka. I'm going to put it down here, kind of between the two cities. It was a little closer central, but I'll take it. This is pretty bad coverage. I don't know where specifically it has the shit cam. I don't think this can help you necessarily region guess. Very interesting. The sun would tell you you're in the southern hemisphere, but Sri Lanka's clearly in the northern. That's gonna get confusing. I don't wanna get fumbled on a region guess. Okay, slightly worse for our second round, but now we know that the car is gonna be anywhere in the country, so I feel slightly more confident on that. This one, okay, this is looking pretty central as well. I don't recognize this car at all, but even if you don't recognize the car necessarily, you can see like the back plates are yellow, the front plates are white. You've got the dot poles that stop about halfway down, and again, this very, very distinct Sri Lankan script. We're gonna put it western Sri Lanka, and okay, it was a little more central, but we got the like alignment decent. I'll take that. This one is low cam. Ooh, this is a hard one. I don't know if I would go Sri Lanka if I just spawned in here randomly. We can kind of see those poles, but not really. Okay, this is just looking very, like, general, maybe, like, the middle of the country. Yeah, just somewhere in the wilderness. This is looking a little wetter. Tut-tut! Yo, these things are, like, so funny looking to me. I kind of am obsessed with them. It might become a life goal of mine to ride in a Sri Lankan tut-tut. Like, this is actually... I'm so obsessed. Okay, this is gonna give kind of like where we were last time. Ooh. Interesting. That was a little more central. That didn't look very central. Maybe the tut-tuts are only around cities, I wonder, if it's literally like a New York Times Square thing. Okay, I'll try that for the next round. I don't believe this is anywhere outside of a massive city. The northern tip! What city is this? Okay, thing to remember about Sri Lanka, there are multiple cities, and you should not just guess the biggest one when you are somewhere central. This one's kind of another tough Sri Lankan round, but you can, again, see the dots on the pole that end towards the top. Okay, those have been pretty consistent, and it's pretty dry overall, so I'm gonna put it up here. Yeah, it was up there. Okay, a little better than the second round, a little worse still than the first round. We're gonna do this one more time. Okay, and we have this little Google man on the front of the car, which is cute. We don't see any metas off the bat, but I have a feeling we're in Sri Lanka. Don't ask me why, it's just something in the air, just something something Little Birdie told me in my sleep. This is so hard because, like, the ground is drier to me, but the vegetation is very jungly. Also, this guy is ripped. Hello? This man is in such good shape. Wow, that... Sorry, that just distracted me. Bro needs to drop the workout routine, like, immediately. This, I'm gonna put it a little more south. I'm gonna say even though the dirt is a little drier, this looks like a forest to me. I should have gone with my other judgment. I should have said okay, whatever the dirt is, we're gonna say is the vegetation. This might be the worst spawn spot I've ever had in my life, but this is very red / orange. Oh, we've also got these A-frame poles, which is important to know. I don't think I see these quite as much as other Southeast Asian countries, especially because it looks like, yeah, there are dots on it. Okay, another thing to know about Sri Lanka, noted. This is just horrible. I don't know what I'm looking at. So I'm gonna put it northeastern, right? Holy 5K! Bro knew the road. Bro, that's the road. Me when that's the... Okay. Thank you, Plunkett. Moving on. This is a very, very Sri Lankan pole. The dots, the holes, the red dirt. I'm going to put it back in the north, but I'm going to put it a little more northwestern. It was a little more northeastern. My thought process was that I saw a person and the populated areas seemed to be closer to the west, but again, I think I need to be going off like the dirt itself within the coverage. This, whoa. Pretty sure that's a Sri Lankan pole. So I think that's where we're gonna be. We can see the classic French car and oh my god, baby goat. Okay, this is a very interesting little neighborhood we spawned into. Got a play structure. I wonder if this is like a preschool. Should I try to find the preschool? No, I should not do that. I will be here for the rest of my life. I would say this is dry. This is a little drier than usual. So we're gonna put it a little more up there, and it was a little more to the east. Okay. Were we next to a preschool? We were. Oh my god, a college. We're in a Madhu Hindu college. Yo, my college did not have swings in the common area, so that's very cool. I wonder if college means something different in Sri Lanka. And then for the last round, this is looking more jungly to me. We've got the white outer lines, we've got the no middle line. Oh, this is a toughie. I'm gonna put it kind of in between Kandy and Colombo, and that was a decent pull on our end. It was a little closer to Colombo, but it was giving the general populated area. This one we got 9K. We got like one mid guess, two kind of bad guesses, one pretty good guess, and then this was crazy. This, call me a Sri Lankan god. Like this, I'm really proud of this. This is awesome. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this episode of the study series. I unfortunately did not beat my all-time high score, but there is more time to do that down the road. Now I'm just hoping I don't miss Sri Lanka, because I have a whole ass video now on how to identify this particular country, and I'm really glad I did it because I would fumble Sri Lanka like every single time I got it. So I'm feeling good about this. I'm feeling good about getting this country in future videos, and honestly, at this point, I think I should just hit out all the Southeast Asian countries. Like, I think I need to do it on Cambodia, on Thailand. The Philippines wouldn't hurt. Like, again, it would be a flex to my cracked rain bolt looking ass friends to be able to be like, oh yeah, that's a Sri Lankan pole. And then they'd be like, oh my god, Delhi Park, you actually Googled things instead of just opening the game and plonking it somewhere random. And I'd be like, I did do the research. Americans aren't that bad at geography. And then we're gonna end the video with looking up the Sri Lankan flag. Cause I know it, but like, I want to know it every single time I get it, you know what I mean? I want to consistently know it. And it is, of course, the coolest flag I've ever seen in my life. There's a dragon with a sword on the right-hand side. That's amazing. Okay, so if we see this flag, or if we get any of those other metas that we saw in the video, we're going to be in Sri Lanka. I don't want to see anyone missing Sri Lanka again. The poles are too distinct, the plates are too yellow, and the Google car is too French. So nobody missed Sri Lanka. And yeah, see you next time on the study series. Thank you, Sri Lanka!